G'day everyone. So I haven't done much vlogging this week because I've been pedal to the metal on a whole bunch of different projects. So I thought to make up for it, I could give you a tour of the aftermath of all my crazy projects. I can start off in here because this is what you have seen so far. The game development that I did earlier this week and played the games with Vaughn. I actually made a duplication of this setup, which I took home and played a game with MJ, and he had a lot of fun with it too. Side note, the way I can get him to play any game is to just tweak the characters, right? So it's exactly the same game, same card, same everything, except I just changed the pictures and the names of like the character stat sheets to be like Pikachu, Link, Spider-Man, and he always likes being good guys versus bad guys. So I've got Venom and Ganondorf and all this stuff. And we played a Link versus Ganondorf game and it went really well. He had a blast. He won, but just, and there was a lot of those like close calls where like the cards and the strategy won the game. Like I'm really excited because it feels like something that is easy to pick up, obviously, if an 8-year-old can. But that has a lot of like strategy potential. For a simple game, it can be quite complex in how you get to the result. Anyways, I'm blabbing. So I'm very excited about that. I've been filming in here all week and I've been using this stuff. This is iron powder, which you mix with this resin, which I've never used until this week. Clear casting and embedding resin. Which is really weird because it's the only resin I've ever used where you just use a few drops of this to make it go hard. Like this is the hardening catalyst. It's really weird because all the resins that we have are like a part A, part B equal mix of two things. Whereas this is like use all of this, it's like 99.5% that, and then it's like 10 drops per 30 mils of resin or something like that. So it's crazy. And it works really well. The iron result's really cool. I'll show you that in a second. Spoiler alert for a video in a few weeks' time, but I'm just showing stuff because I'm excited. So that went really well. I'm done that. And because I had lots of drying time, I suppose you could say in that video, curing time between rust, building up with the rust effect on the iron resin pieces, and then obviously pouring, and silicon takes 20 minutes to set or whatever, I've had a bit of time to come in here. So I've been tearing apart the tabletop time setup. And I'm very excited to say the cable management is sublime. This is a stupid thing to get excited about, but when things have been sort of falling apart a little bit and you open it up and it's just a mess of cables, it's not fun. So I've gutted all of this and it's really clear now what's plugged in where. I've labeled stuff. If I have issues with certain devices, it's all accessible so I can unplug these labeled devices. Oh, it's the mixer. Well, there it is. I'll unplug that, plug that back in. So that's a huge relief. And then also testing everything as I go, just so that it all works. So I've almost got everything plugged back in. And then also clearing bench space. So I've got my sound card thing here and my module board and sort of just lifting stuff for everyone. So we all have more bench space in the role play session. So I'm really excited about that. So I'm going to put the bench back on there. And the other thing I've done in preparation for that starting up again is I've made 2 of these. So previously, where's the old? That's over here. It's just covered in stuff. Hang on a second. So this was our dice tray. We had one dice tray like that, which the camera would be on, and that would be the view for the users. The problem is that dice tray had to sort of go here and everyone's reaching over the table to roll their dice. So to solve that, I've created 2 new dice trays that are square that in post will be able to have side by side to fill up a whole screen. But then it means we can have 2 separate dice trays. Like one will probably be over here and the other will probably be over here. So we're no longer reaching over everywhere. We can move it to where it's most comfortable. And I've also raised it on a platform. The theory being that you can tuck stuff under it, or you can, papers. There's like bench space is the biggest pain point. So now there's opportunity for more bench space and everything's more reachable. So I've solved a whole bunch of problems in there that I've almost finished cracking. So that is very satisfying, but it's just a huge mess right now. So I'll have to come back to that. In the meantime, I just filmed the wrap up to my iron video. So let me show you a couple of these end results. I won't show you my sculpted one. I won't give away all of it. This is one of my dabbles. So this was a what do you call it? Purity seal that I'd made for Tabletop Time, one of their videos that I'm trying to get clearer light and making it less clear. Maybe I'll just turn this around. Where's the light? There it is. Yeah, so that looks really cool. And you get this build up of like rust effect. That just looks awesome. So that's really cool. And then the final piece, I did 4 total. The final one, I won't give away too much. Suffice it to say that it's Iron Man, but I customized the face. I won't show you the face, but I will say that I kept the light. So it works really well. I want to show you like more of the rust and how cool it looks, but that's the sneak peek you'll get so far. That'll do. Oh, and the other thing that we did today was we had a content meeting for the upcoming Epic Anatomy book. So Alicia and I have individually done what's called a large page plan, where we've both mapped out, without any reference to each other, mapped out a full 144 page book. So we had a meeting today where we both brought those together, and 3 people in our team, myself, Alicia, and someone else, all met together and went through the large page plans and started to sort of put all our favorite bits from both together into one plan. So we have a really cool, we've about done half of it in terms of like mapping how much of it will go together, but it's coming together really nicely. So in the next few weeks, aside from public holidays and people being on leave, we'll be able to sort of pick that up again. So it's very exciting. There's a lot of stuff happening, a lot of stuff I'm very excited about, and it's sort of all over the place. This week has been very all over the place, and that's my favorite kind of week, especially when I can get to some of the more niche stuff that I love, that it's hard to justify sometimes. So I'm feeling pretty fulfilled at the end of this week. So thank you for joining me as I blurbed that all at you in one long flurry. Oh, and here's a preview. This is something coming up in the future. This is an acrylic dome. And this will be used in this mount to be a canvas that you can enter into and look around in. Cool stuff coming. Thanks for watching. Bye. I just realized that I haven't done a question of the day, and I forgot to in my last one, so my apologies for that. I have a question from G. Douchev, who says, any update on the drawing tutorial book scam, Jazza? Seems like the vlog for it gained a lot of attention. Yeah, so it did, probably like best performing vlog out of any vlog I've ever released in that release window, which is very interesting. But, you know, this isn't a channel for chasing views, so great, that's cool. Welcome new audience members who didn't know this channel existed. So the update to that is it definitely made me realize, okay, people want to know what I have to say about it. And I have, aside from that, other experiences that I can sort of share that have definitely affected my thinking on AI. However, so like there are definitely things that I've experienced or seen that have leave me with a negative opinion about AI and AI art. But I also use AI art and I think it is happening and it has its place. So I definitely want to compile my thoughts and do a lot of research. I've spent a full day, like 8 hours, on watching videos, taking notes, writing script, and I thought that would be enough to sort of put my thoughts into something that I can share, but it wasn't anywhere near enough. So I'm going to need a couple of more full days. It's going to be hard to find that time, but I need to do it at some point because I want to make a video, basically the state of AI and AI art, the effect of it, what do we do as artists, what does it all mean, the good and the bad, and trying to be a neutral party in it, because there's a lot of people who are like AI evil, AI bad, and there's a lot of tech bros who are like, oh, AI's gonna take everything, just suck it up, princess. And it's like, no guys, like both sides need to understand that the truth is somewhere in the middle. It's not all bad and it's not very good. And it's like, we need to figure out how do we get this thing that is very complicated and nuanced and make the most and the best out of it, and also look after ourselves, look after each other, and get it to look after us. It's a whole big conversation, but that's where I'm at with it. It's going to be a slow project and process, but I'm interested in your thoughts. So share that and your questions with question of the day down below. Okay, bye.